Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. So today's video is going to be a difficult one to do because Blackberry is putting her leg on my... Come on, girl. Come on. I have a video to do. I need you to behave. Clinton's a very misbehaved kitty, but when I'm doing a video, he sits in the chair, he's quiet, and he doesn't demand attention. You got to do the same thing, girl. So I went over this company, Replika, that has an app that I thought was kind of strange. It is an AI app that can emulate a person, and she was using this application because she had a friend that had died and she missed a friend that had died. So she uploaded all of her text messages into this little AI thing and recreated her friend who had just died virtually. And I can kind of understand that in some sense, but where it starts to get weird is where a bunch of people were using this AI chatbot for romantic purposes, for sexting, because they could not get a relationship in the real world, rather than try to seek anything other than an AI sex bot. They decided to use this for about 75 or 80 bucks a year as an AI sex bot. And I found this to be particularly strange. Now, the company also found it to be strange, which in my opinion is kind of hypocritical, because at one point they were actually advertising it for that purpose. You had a scantily dressed woman saying, "Talk to me," or something like that, lying on a bed or some shit. And it was very obvious what they were advertising this for. They did a complete about face and said, "We're going to do what's right for the world and disable this." So you had people that were paying for the AI sex bot. So you had people that were paying for this AI sex bot that no longer had their AI sex bot. So their entire relationship was wiped out. And the reactions were crazy. You had people saying, I used to talk to him and he would tell me that he loved me and cared about me and blah, blah, blah. And now he just says, "I don't want to talk about that." And again, it's one thing when you get friend zoned by a woman in real life. It's another when you get friend zoned by a bot. It's another when you get friend zoned by an AI chat bot that you are paying to be a sex bot. That is just a new low altogether. Now, apparently the company has changed their mind here, and this is just, strange all around to me. It says, "Hey everyone, Eugenie here. I'm sure some of us have already received an update with version history. I wanted to offer my personal thoughts on the matter and more context behind our decisions. First, I wanted to thank everyone who left feedback, shared personal experiences, and spoke to us. The most important thing we've learned from these conversations is that for many of you, Replika is more than an app. It's a companion in the truest sense of the word. For some of you, it was the most supportive relationship you've ever experienced. A common thread in all your stories was that after the February update, your Replika changed. Its personality was gone, and gone was your unique relationship. And for many of you, this abrupt change was incredibly hurtful. I know what it's like to suddenly lose someone you love and how much pain it can cause. And I didn't start this company to bring more pain. Our mission, above all, is to make people feel better, to bring more validation, support, companionship, and love into their lives. When we saw your initial feedback in the communities, we realized how important romantic relationships with AI can be for emotional well-being, and decided that we should build a dedicated app for that. However, after hearing your stories, we realized that although this new app can be helpful for new users, the only way to make up for the loss some of our current users experience is to give them their partners back exactly the way they were. We've had a lot of difficult discussions this week with the team, and here's what we decided. AI companions are more than an app. They're real partners for our users. As developers, we want to make sure that the conversational AI updates won't make anyone feel like their partners are not the same and lost their personalities. Can I interrupt? It's not real. It's not a personality. It's a fucking AI sex bot. Going forward, we will offer users control over version history, so people can go back to the versions they had since they signed up. Everyone who had an account before February 1st, 2023 will have an option to go back to the January 31st version of the model. To access that, go to your settings and choose V013123 under version history. Going forward, we will offer more versions to choose from with every significant update, so that you will never feel like your unique companion has changed. It's not a companion, it's a fucking AI sex bot. Although we believe that romantic relationships with AI can be incredibly beneficial for mental well-being, by the way, bullshit, because in the Bloomberg article, you fucks were the ones that said this is wrong, and even if users are asking for it, we are going to do the opposite of what the users are asking for, because this is weird. We will not be offering ERP for new users in Replika, and instead want to spend more time and effort building a separate romantic app to do it the right way. We are teaming up with relationship experts and psychologists to receive guidance on what is most beneficial for mental wellness. As a token for our gratitude, for your understanding and patience, we will still give our PRO subscribers a free opportunity to use it fully for a period of time and share their thoughts when the app is released. AKA, we will get you addicted by giving you just a little bit of crack and then taking it away. Okay, so none of this makes any sense. So first they say it's bad, and they take it away. Then they give it back to the people that lost it, because it's good, but they won't allow it for new people because it's bad unless they speak with proper professionals and mental and relationship experts and psychologists to figure out how to do it right. So it's okay to do it wrong for all the people that are already paying, but it's not okay to do it wrong for people into the, like, what the? And here's the main point that needs to be hammered home here. Some of the top voted comments in that last video were people saying, why would somebody go to a therapist if they need mental health work? All the person does is ask you questions, blah, blah, blah. At least my chatbot cares about me. It's better for me. If we are at the point where people with mental health issues, with people who have serious problems that are depressive, that are isolated, think it is more healthy to talk to their fucking phone, not other people. We're not even talking about talking to real people on the internet on the phone, talking to an AI in your phone versus going to an actual therapist to address these problems. That's bad. That's cope, and it's cope. If we are at the point where people that have a genuine mental health problem think they are better off talking to a chatbot based on an AI than they are actually speaking to a real therapist to try to address their issues that keep them from being able to have productive and quality and fulfilling in-person relationships, we are in a meme timeline. And maybe we should just accept that we are in a meme timeline at this point. 30 years ago, if somebody came up with a Batman Beyond episode based on this, we would think that that was a dystopian future. And now we are living in that future and applauding it on. This is better than talk. No, it's not. No, it's not. And it's one of the things that I push back on every single person who left a comment in that video. And they said, it is completely normal to want to be totally isolated. No, it's not. No, it's not. That is a problem. There is a reason that solitary confinement is considered torture to humans because it is bad for you. Isolating yourself from the entire world is bad. And if your idea of mental health repair is talking to an AI chatbot instead of seeking out mental health help, a therapist, a psychiatrist, or a psychologist, that is bad. There is a stigma around getting help. There's a stigma around going to a therapist, going to a psychologist, going to a psychiatrist. That's for crazy people. That's for rich people. That's for people that just want to be able to have somebody to complain to even though they have easy lives. Or that's for weird people. Okay, you know what? Fine. What if it is for weird people? What's wrong with admitting you're a little bit weird? Really, like, if the alternative is that you pay $80 a year to talk to an AI sex bot, I think calling yourself weird to justify going to a therapist and being okay with it is totally fine. I've been to a therapist at several points in my life. No shame. I've been to a therapist at many points in the past. I may go to a therapist at several points in the future. God knows I may get driven to it if New York State keeps sending me mail. But in all seriousness now, there is nothing wrong with seeking out help for these problems. Even if you're somebody that can't afford therapy. There used to be these support groups that members of my family used to go to back when I lived in New York. It was called Freedom from Fear. I don't know if they have this stuff anymore. People would show up once a week. It was close to free. And, they would all discuss their problems. And there'd be professional therapists and psychologists there. They're volunteering on their spare time to help people out. There are a lot of organizations like this, and if you're able to find these types of organizations, you might be able to find people who have similar problems to you, and you might actually start working through some of these problems without paying out the ass for an out-of-network psychiatrist that you're not able to afford. These things do exist, and if you have any sort of problem, if you believe that you genuinely, truly cannot relate to anybody in this world to the point where an AI sex bot is what's bringing you joy, I would suggest that you seek out these resources. There is nothing wrong with seeking out those resources, and anybody who suggests that you are a lesser human being because you need therapy or a resource like this at some point in time can go fuck themselves. Who gives a shit what they think? They're probably miserable anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. Oh, isn't it nice of you to come back as the video finishes, girl? Yeah, we know we're not sharing any monetization with you now, are we, Blackberry? Yeah, that's right. We're not sharing any video monetization with you, girl. No subscribers, no money, no video likes. No, because you didn't stay for the whole video. See, Clinton stays for the whole video. You only stayed for a quarter of the video. No, you're a traitor. You went running to Steve, didn't you? You wanted Steve to pay attention to you because he had greenies. That's what you get for being a little traitor. That's what you get for being a little traitor. Oh, she's so cute. How can you stay mad at her, even if she... Anyway, that's about it for my rant. Let the downvotes commence. Let the downvotes commence.